We've seen courtroom dramas before, but what's unfolding in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial is more than just legal friction. It's borderline chaos. With Judge Ratha now at the center of growing criticism, what was meant to be a pursuit of justice for Senzo is starting to look like a stage for confusion, power struggles, and shouting matches. So today, we break it all down. The explosive clash between the late advocate Mngomezulu and Judge Ratha, the judge's troubling courtroom behavior, and whether this trial is still on a path toward justice, or just spiraling into a legal circus. First, a reminder, this particular exchange revolves around accused number 3 and cell phone data, a pivotal piece of evidence in the state's attempt to prove who was where and when on the night Senzo was murdered. Advocate Mngomezulu, representing the accused, was doing what any good defense lawyer should, digging deep, poking holes, and testing the reliability of Exhibit GG, the cell phone tracking records. But the judge, instead of allowing the advocate to build his line of questioning uninterrupted, kept stepping in, not just to guide, but to correct, to interject, and, critics say, to dominate. I'll be honest with you, the judge will get into your nerves. Let's watch the clip as to how it started.
It is confirmed that accused number 3 was in possession of this device on the 26th of October 2014.
Where?
On the day
Where?
of... My Lord, may I just...
No.
I don't want to leave the
understand
gates.
No, Mr. Mngomezulu, please.
I started, my Lord,
The court must be placed in a position to understand. Because
My
this
Lord.
witness, wait. This witness doesn't talk about locality of a person. This witness talks about the locality of a device. Mr. House, Colonel House, is that correct?
That's correct, my Lord.
That's it. So I
But
must
we are
understand.
talking about the accused
Otherwise,
number
this
3.
court is a Mickey Mouse court.
No, my Lord, no. The court must not dig its own way of finding the person. No, I'm saying there's evidence here. GG.
Yeah.
It talks about accused number 3. The instruction that was, the request that was made to Mr. House was in relation to 5 accused. Accused number 3 is one of them. And my instruction, when I cross-examined Mr. House yesterday, I started at 7 in the morning. Yes, in page 10, until the 30th of October. There's no other accused person that I'm talking about.
No.
I'm talking about...
But listen, I was in this court. This witness never confirmed the presence of accused number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He confirms the presence of a number. Am I correct?
My Lord, this is a section 205 is on the number.
Please,
of the IMA of the number where the number was in that area.
The number, not the person.
The device, my Lord.
May I request the court...
That's not me saying that, it's him saying
May
that.
I request the court not to be impatient? May I request the court to be patient and
I'm
listen
very
to...
patient.
No, my Lord, I disagree with you. I don't want to fight and dialogue with you.
Okay.
My concern is that just now, to correct that accused number 3, I'm putting to this witness now that from 8 o'clock, I'm specific now, from 8 minutes past 8, according to these records, he was in possession of the cell phone.
Okay, fine.
Until the 30th. I'm being specific.
Yes.
I don't talk about other days prior. Now, I'm putting to you, Mr. Host, accused number 3, I put it as a fact now. You can disagree with me. I put it as a fact that on the 8th, on the 26th of October 2014, at 8 minutes past 8, as with reference to page 10 of Exhibit GG, he was in possession of that device. I put it as a fact now.
Can't comment on it, my Lord.
Okay.
Right there, that phrase, Mickey Mouse Court. Whether it was sarcasm or frustration, it set the tone for what would become an unraveling of courtroom decorum. You can hear the frustration in the late Mngomezulu's voice, not because he's being challenged, but because he's being cut off before he can even build his argument. Legal observers watching the trial live were stunned. A judge is supposed to be neutral, a referee, but in this instance, Judge Ratha came across more like a player. On the prosecution's team, the real prosecutor is seated watching from distance. He wasn't just challenging logic, he was interrupting tone, undermining strategy, and in many parts, outright bullying the defense. The late Mungo Mazulu even had to beg, and yes, beg, for patience. May I request the court not to be impatient? May I request the court to be patient? When an officer of the court has to ask the judge for patience mid-cross-examination, something has gone terribly wrong with the judge. Now here's where it gets really disturbing. Legal experts, including former advocates, are now openly asking, is Judge Ratha acting as a witness? Because if you listen closely to this part, the judge starts referencing what's inside Exhibit GG as if he is testifying about it. He's not just summarizing what the witness said, he's interpreting the evidence himself. Mid-trial, that's crossing the line. Then add this. He starts correcting the late Mungo Mazulu on what the witness said as though he was the one answering under oath. This raises a major concern. Is this a fair trial? Because when a judge becomes a participant in the evidence, justice is no longer blind, it's compromised. The judge made this phrase, I quote, otherwise, this is a Mickey Mouse court. He doesn't see himself as a main actor, director, and producer. A whole judge is pushing narratives in open court. And honestly, that's not far from the truth. The courtroom has become unrecognizable. Interruptions, shouting, sarcasm, mockery. It's starting to feel like a staged performance rather than a solemn trial. Mickey Mouse Court might have started as sarcasm, but it's beginning to look like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, let's look at what South African law actually says. According to Section 35, subsection 3 of the Constitution of South Africa, every accused has the right to a fair trial, which includes the right to adduce and challenge evidence. That right is being crushed every time the judge cuts off the defense before they can build a foundation. Judicial ethics also require that a judge refrain from conduct that creates a perception of bias. Yet in this trial, Judge Ratha has been openly hostile to the defense, while letting the prosecution present without the same level of scrutiny. That's not just bad optics. That's a potential miscarriage of justice. Now, credit where it's due. The late advocate Mungo Mazulu stood firm. Despite being pushed, interrupted, and belittled, he kept returning to the point. I'm putting it to this witness that accused number 3 was in possession of the cell phone. He made it clear. The data shows that on October 26th, from 8 minutes past 8, the phone associated with accused 3 was pinging in the relevant area. Whether that phone was in his pocket or in someone else's is still up for debate. But Mungo Mazulu has a legal right to explore that without judicial interference. South Africans are watching. Social media is buzzing. Many are calling for the judge to recuse himself. Others are demanding the trial be declared a mistrial, and you can't blame them. A murder case that should have been about evidence and justice has become about ego, control, and power dynamics. Remember, Senzo Meyiwa deserves justice. Not just any verdict, but one reached through fairness, clarity, and due process. Right now, that process is under threat. We'll continue to follow this trial and hold the justice system accountable, because it's not just about the 6 accused, it's about all of us. If the system breaks here, it breaks everywhere. So tell us in the comments, do you think Judge Ratha has overstepped? Is this still a fair trial, or has the courtroom truly turned into a circus? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates from the Hot Seat SA. We're watching justice, so you don't have to watch the whole 8-hour live streams. Until next time, stay sharp and stay on the hot seat.